Welcome back to the deep dive. We cut through the noise to get you the essential insights. Today, we're looking closely at Borislava Tatchev and her company Alqubit, based on the sources you sent over.
Right, and our aim isn't just a summary. We want to give you a more nuanced look at how a really distinct brand gets built, but also, crucially, what questions pop up when you hold those claims against, verifiable facts. Peeling back the layers, basically.
Okay, let's start with this core idea. IT as an expression of art. That's not your typical tech slogan. It seems foundational to her identity and Alqubit's whole brand. How does that work in practice?
Yeah, it's fascinating. The goal seems to be lifting technology from just being functional, necessary stuff into something creative, almost artistic. They've even got these 12 business principles organized into 4 pillars like organize and prepare, and being supposedly guides everything they do.
And it shows up in her content too, right? Things like cinematic lighting showcases and calling herself a black magic video production sorceress. It paints a picture for sure, but in an IT context.
Exactly. That's the strategic move. It's positioning, trying to sidestep that crowded, commoditized IT market. It's aiming for businesses that want something bespoke, innovative, maybe something with more emotional appeal, less transactional.
So Alqubit's a boutique IT consultancy. Given this artistic frame, what services are they actually offering? Does it match up?
Well, the portfolio they list is pretty broad. Boutique IT consulting, cloud solutions, cybersecurity, the next-gen kind, resilience, networking, digital workspace, managed IT, even marketing services. So boutique probably means that highly personalized, maybe higher touch service model. It fits the art narrative.
Right, tailored solutions. Now here's where I found it really interesting, the digital presence. A YouTube channel, you said over 1.4K subs, hundreds of videos, plus an active blog? That's a lot.
It is, and the content strategy is pretty smart. It's not just tech talk. There are personal reflections like overcoming hardship. She mentions it's been the toughest 5 years, but I'm still fighting back. That builds an emotional link, positions her as resilient.
Okay, so that huge amount of self-published stuff, it almost acts like a resume, right? Instead of traditional CV.
Precisely. It creates this impression of deep expertise and a long history, all self-documented. Which brings up a key question for you listening. How do you evaluate credibility when it's mainly self-produced? You might see, say, a YouTube video suggestion next to something like Stanford Graduate School of Business. It looks connected, but often it's just the algorithm,
Okay, let's shift to the critical part. You mentioned a significant gap when comparing the brand story to, verifiable facts. What did the analysis show?
Well, when you look for the traditional markers, there's a noticeable lack of independently verifiable history. Things like a detailed academic record, lists of prior employers, specific roles before Alqubit was founded. It's just not there in the public domain, unlike the content story.
And the claim about Alqubit's own history. It's been running for 25 years.
Yeah, that's a big one. She states 25 years in business. But when we looked for evidence, like client case studies on their own website, we couldn't find specific client names or documented successes for Alqubit. The links often led elsewhere to unrelated companies. The only testimonial readily available, it's from Borislava Tatchev herself, listed as founder of Alqubit.
Okay. And you also mentioned something about blog post dates, future dates.
That's right. Some posts were dated ahead, like August 2025, which is unusual. Taken together, these things create a pretty substantial credibility gap. You have this really compelling brand narrative, but it's not strongly backed by independent, verifiable evidence.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for someone looking at IT providers or just evaluating any business online today?
What this deep dive shows, I think, is a very carefully constructed brand-first business. It uses philosophy and a massive digital presence very effectively, deciding whether to engage. It really comes down to whether you prioritize that unique vision and philosophical approach, or if you need that more traditional, independently proven track record first.
A really fascinating look at modern branding, perception, and maybe the art of the story itself. Definitely something to think about as you navigate the business and tech world.